Ladies and gentlemen, happy motherfucking Wednesday.
Are you happy?
Yeah, pretty happy.
I'm not that happy.
I'm happy, man. You know what? If we're gonna die,
Might as well be happy.
die happy.
I respect people who die happy.
Yeah, how could you not? I mean, you're
A lot of
checking out
people
either
die
way.
miserable.
Yeah, a lot. I'd say most.
I'd say most, yeah. Because most deaths are for bad reasons.
Not good circumstances.
No, but like people who die in their sleep, we don't know if they're unhappy or happy.
Imagine if you were having a nightmare right before you died.
Ugh.
That would suck. One of those terrible nightmares.
I always feel like that sometimes when I have a nightmare.
Like you're about to die?
Yeah.
But you have feelings when you're having dreams?
I wake up.
And then you're like, damn, I almost died.
Yeah.
Got it.
I can't believe I made it out of there.
But imagine if you didn't make it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Imagine if the end of the dream is you're dead.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen, the reason why we're saying this, guys, is because we're under attack.
Yeah.
The U.S., I don't know why we're laughing. I guess, you know what? This is why we're laughing. We're going to go out happy.
Yeah. I don't want to be one of those miserable losers.
No. And we're not going to live our lives in fear.
Nah.
So Iran has retaliated just as we're recording this, because it's Tuesday afternoon, just within the last 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Missiles have hit a U.S. airbase.
In Iraq.
In Iraq.
Supposedly 2 bases. Just the info is still coming out.
They say about 12 missiles.
It's a lot of missiles.
Ballistic missiles.
I'd say anything over 1's a lot, in my opinion.
I'd say one's a
Anything
lot.
over 0 is a lot.
Yeah. What do you mean? If one missile hits, you're like, not a lot of missiles. Gosh. But I mean, what's going on, man? I just feel like Trump's going to go like straight to...
That's the issue.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's happy right now. In my guess, he's throwing a little hissy fit because he knows now. I mean, this is an act of war. You could, that's how the military is going to view it. And curious to see the reaction. I mean, we have to see what the data is and make sure that this is all actually hitting U.S. bases.
No, it's confirmed that they hit U.S. bases.
Okay.
The Pentagon's already confirmed. So it's 4:30 Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information that's going to come out by the time people are listening
Maybe
to this
podcast, maybe people never listen to this podcast.
Yeah, because it's full-blown mega war by then. Here's the thing is, if U.S. sent troops, they're ready to go.
Well, this is the type of war that's going to be fought from drones, and there's not going to be people on the ground in Iran.
Yeah, if not, that's the worst thing ever if that happens.
Yeah, that would be a disaster.
For everybody.
But don't you just kind of hit a couple buttons and end this war?
Yeah, but if you hit the wrong one, it
Yeah.
could change the course of history.
I don't think you hit that one. But don't a couple drones like end this? I just feel like
okay, so what are you attacking on the Iran side? You attack their bases so that they can't retaliate, right?
Yeah.
So however many bases, Iran, Iraq.
we got 53 things targeted, I thought.
Yeah.
Some cultural,
Pick
in
10.
fact. He actually walked that back before this happened.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
careful, man. Let's not get ridiculous.
Yeah. And so
I think the real issue is, time and time again, Trump acts based on ego.
Yep.
And who attacks his ego. So this, while the little we know right now is apparently these two bases have large areas of just desert. So there's a potential that no one actually got hurt. We don't know yet. It's still too early. So I think those are the things that are going to factor into, like, did anyone actually get hurt? Did they actually debilitate any of
our
military,
yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you, though.
capabilities?
I honestly feel like the way Trump's brain works, it doesn't matter if people got hurt or not. It's
Yeah.
like the diss that you would dare drop a bomb in our desert.
I mean, this guy did accuse Ted Cruz's dad for the JFK assassination, right? Did I get that right?
I don't remember.
It sounds
Yeah.
sounds on par with.
In a campaign.
Oh my gosh, I don't know, man. I also think that his people, like, once again, he's also dealing with a re-election. So, like, I would argue that his strategic people probably tell him that the best way to gain support is a strong response.
Yeah, of course, because there's no matter how you slice or dice it, if we go to war, it will unite the country.
Yeah.
And if we
Or even if we don't go to
retaliate.
war, even if you just have a strong retaliation and there's some America pride.
Yeah.
He did accuse Ted Cruz's father of, like, being part of the JFK assassination.
Gosh. Okay. Well, listen, I think that we should, I mean, we were going to start out by talking about our weekend plans.
Yeah.
Because we have a pretty big weekend planned.
Yeah.
But seeing as,
Hopefully we make it.
yeah, I mean, seeing as,
And the one thing that to note, because this is what happened to President Bush. He was surrounded with people in the Defense Department and his like senior intelligence people that had a personal vendetta against Iraq from the first Gulf War in the 90s.
Yeah, your
It was
boy
like
Dick
unfinished business kind of thing. And similarly, Donald Trump has people in his defense that are super war hawks that want Iran gone. So they use any opportunity to convince, had the same way Bush got convinced Iraq was the right tool to go to when 9/11 happened, which there was no correlation.
Yep.
That's the scary part.
Okay. Well, we're in for a ride. So strap on your seatbelts, check the sky for missiles, and hope for the best. Smile.
I'm a little nervous about my World War III meme account.
Yeah, they may be coming for you.
Might not be so funny on Saturday.
I didn't think it was going to really happen.
Oh my God.
I went back and deleted one of our memes that we posted today because I felt bad.
And
Okay.
one last thing,
Yeah.
which you'll be interested in, given your newfound interest in Bitcoin billionaires.
Thank you. Yes.
Bitcoin's been on a tear
It's
since
good.
this started.
War
Saw
is
that.
good for Bitcoin.
I meant to text you last night and ask you
Yeah.
why.
It's because of whenever there's instability, which it's mirroring what gold used to be, everyone piles into safe assets. And if there is instability like a potential war, people in a lot of these countries, not the U.S. because people aren't scared
but
yet
like
of
in
the U.S.,
Iran
but
or
like in the
Iraq.
Middle East, like, hey, I need to get my money out of these banks that may not exist.
Yeah, we're up like 1,000
Yeah.
from
good.
2 days ago.
Maybe the Bitcoin people started the war.
It's a good conspiracy
the
theory.
fucking Winklevi did this.
Yes.
Gosh, I knew it.
A full-blown war is great for Bitcoin.
So if the Winklevoss twins created Facebook, billionaires of Bitcoin,
And
and started
World
World
War
War III.
They're legends.
That's, hey, you know, you gotta do what you got to do to make your thing succeed.
They're sitting in their tall mansions.
Yeah, okay. All right, so anyway, let's talk about our weekend plans real quick while we still got them.
Yeah.
Saturday, let's start with Saturday. You have a run club thing on Saturday?
So we're doing our normal run club, which had a massive turnout last week in West Hollywood. So come out. It's at Cryo Cafe in West Hollywood, Saturday, 9 a.m. But at 2 p.m., we're going down to Newport to run with Ripke.
You're doing both?
Yeah.
Why don't you just do one? You're going
'Cause
to
I'm-
run, drive an hour, and run again?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So we're going to go with Ripke. We're meeting up at his place, which I believe is at 600 PCH. He has like a little Paris store front and content, which I visited last time. We're going to meet up there, go for a run. And then, I'm going to, sit down with the Germans and hash this whole thing out.
Well, wrong guy.
What are you hashing out with the Germans?
You're gonna go
Aren't we
back and
allies?
Oh, man. What about, is Kevion going or he's busy?
I haven't talked to him yet. Hopefully he'll be there.
Okay, so you have a double run. Man, that's aggressive.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of your run clubbers. You should get a special gift if you run in West Hollywood and Orange County.
Maybe we'll get a van.
Yeah.
A run van.
Yeah. Okay. So we have that on Saturday. We have a in-store, like a pop-up shop for FaZe Rug for our collaboration at PacSun at the Santa Monica Promenade.
Nice.
At 1 p.m. on Saturday. So if you're not a big runner, maybe you're more of the video game type.
Phase run.
If you're not a FaZe runner and you just, you like to play video games and watch YouTube, come hang out with me. I'll be sitting still. I'm not running anywhere. I'm getting 0 steps.
You're probably more on trend. I feel like that's what the youth is about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'll be there. And then Sunday, we're all together. Special big celebrity event.
Yes.
Anand, you want to talk about it? It's through you.
Yeah, so California Strong is an organization started by our very close friends, Ryan Braun, Christian Yelich, Mike Antonazio, and Mike Moustakis. And Jared Goff, actually, who we're not friends with, but he's a famous quarterback.
Yeah.
So after the fires that ravaged Malibu and all across Southern California last year, and the shooting at Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks, they came together without any just there was no private organization that helped them. They just were like, hey, we're going to come together and we need to help. Let's figure this out. So they partnered with the YMCA, and they've already raised $2.3 million in the last year to go to the families of both the victims of the shooting plus victims of the fires. and they started it on their own. And in their off season, they're all super busy guys. They're training as world-class athletes, but thought it was really important to give back to their community. So it's been phenomenal because I know they're the ones actually doing the work.
Yeah.
It's not like they've passed it off to like some professionals.
Yep.
They're meeting 7 days a week to figure out how to put together this event, how to raise money, where it should be allocated.
Yep.
So it's really cool that people that are so successful and so busy with their day job, they actually have like invested so much of their own time, money, and their own resources, their relationships to give back to communities that are important to us. We grew up here. At least D and I didn't. You live here.
Yeah, I didn't freaking grow up here. Ohio strong.
H.
O-H. You said H.
No, O-H-I-O.
You just said H.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, so the point is we'll be out. It's in Malibu on Sunday. The really cool thing is you always see on like online and on TV and stuff these like super celebrity charity games.
Yeah.
And this is really the only one that we go to.
Yeah.
But it's like, mega celebs.
Yeah.
And we get to hang out. Hopefully we'll find some group chat guests there.
Yeah.
And hang
It's
out
fun.
and talk with people, catch up with a bunch of people. And then like the way it was last time is a handful of the people got really into the game. So me, I'm not much of a
Yeah.
athlete.
Yeah. I just came for the photo op.
I supported my team.
Yeah, I think I ran and caught a fake foul ball or something.
Yeah. But people really take it serious, and it's a really cool thing. So it makes me feel, like I'm doing my part. Like I said, even though I'm from Ohio, I feel real part of the California community. You know?
Yeah.
They do a great job. It's an amazing event.
Okay. Well, hopefully we see it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Might be-
a positive thing. We can round out the weekend with a positive event if we can make it there.
If we make it there, yeah.
Yeah.
If we make it to Sunday night, it'll be a great weekend.
Yeah.
If we're back in here recording Monday's podcast,
That'd be fantastic.
recapping our incredible weekend, safe and sound,
Yeah.
under the gentle little protection of the American military, army, armed forces. Hey, things aren't so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, who's ready for some news?
Yes.
Do you guys want to talk about Mr. Harvey Weinstein?
Sure.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
I want to say I was a little confused, and I think that I'm going to blame outrage culture.
Okay.
I thought that when this settlement happened with Harvey, like 2 months ago, that he was off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think a lot of other people did too.
Yep.
And really, I would like to start by blaming Emily Ratajkowski.
Yep.
Because I feel like Emily Ratajkowski is very active, very outraged, and sometimes gives like misleading information.
Yes.
And Emily Ratajkowski posted that, fuck Harvey Weinstein, he got off with a settlement, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, why would these girls, like if this guy was facing jail time, why would these girls take money? Isn't there a bigger picture here, whatever. Either way, point is, I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
He is facing very real jail time. That started in Los Angeles.
Yep.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Where he's being charged on 2 counts of sexual assault. I think there's also charges in New York.
There's a rape trial going on in New York right now. The
Gosh.
settlement was the civil suit. This is the criminal suit. Those
Okay.
are two different things. And
So the outrage was people not understanding that there's a difference between a civil case and a criminal case?
I think it was kind of like this impeachment
Yeah.
thing. I think that people sort of said like, fuck Harvey, this guy got off because he settled in a civil suit with the victims. There will be no criminal suit.
You might want to read the second paragraph of a story.
Listen, but I fell victim to it because I trusted Emily Ratajkowski.
well, I mean, that's your source for
Just saying, I just
Legal-
saw it. But I didn't read too far into it because it's not,
Think about how many conversations are going on because of that. Like, oh, Harvey got off. This country's
Trump's
judicial
out
system-
of office.
Yeah.
Harvey got off.
You
Yeah.
could live a whole alternate reality.
And we just got bombed by Germany.
I mean,
And he trying to hash out the Iran war with a touch of
what's
Germany.
even crazier is I'm just going through Twitter while this is going on and just reading, just hitting hashtags to see Iran bombed the U.S. That is what people are saying.
I just hope by the time we
My poor
finish this
parents are
podcast, or
probably-
maybe we shouldn't hope, I just want to see a Trump tweet. It's coming.
It is coming. He
Yeah.
is probably tweeting and deleting tweets.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's the one?
the rats of hell is coming to the Iranian people.
Yeah,
It's something crazy.
Okay, so the trial's happening. It said that he's facing like 30 years or something.
There's no
potentially.
way he's not going to jail between
Yeah.
all these accounts across different states.
I feel like he's doing kind of the Bill Cosby play where like he shows up to court with a walker.
He's in a
Yeah.
walker. He's being held.
Come on, bro. You're
Yeah.
not. What?
You had
just-
energy to rape.
a lot
You
of
have
it.
energy to walk.
A lot of energy, it sounds
Yes.
like.
So
It was a
how
lot
many
of
years
victims.
removed do you think he's from like a Golden Globe Oscar run? Like 3 years, 2 years?
Who?
Harvey, because he would have been at the Globes this past weekend.
When did all this happen? 2
Is that
years
3
ago?
years ago?
2 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago he was probably at the Globe.
Yeah, no walker, right?
Yeah.
No.
He was at the Chateau Marmont
Fat,
pipe.
healthy, hugging
raping his ass
Oprah.
off.
Yeah. This is a joke.
Yeah.
That's definitely part of the strategy. I can't believe. I mean, this guy.
There's no pity going to be taken on this guy.
No.
He's going to jail.
Okay, let me tell you who I have some pity for.
Okay.
And I think she deserves it. This freaking Instagram model.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Lauren is her name, I believe.
Yeah.
This amazing young woman volunteered her time and her body.
Her name is Kaylin Ward, the naked philanthropist.
Got it. I was wrong. Okay, so Kaylin, the naked philanthropist. So this amazing activist said for $10, you send $10 to the Australian wildfire relief effort.
Yeah.
She'd send you a nude.
Yeah.
And from what I gather, if you DM'd her like your confirmation,
Yeah.
she DM'd you back a naked pic.
Yeah.
She raised over $300,000, which, number one, think about the time and like, is she like changing angles that's a lot of pics.
I want to see Pete's credit card transactions in the last 4 years.
There is 3 or 4.
$60 to the naked philanthropist.
Yeah.
Here's the interesting thing. So she is raising money. The money's being sent to her. I saw something on Facebook going
Oh wait,
around.
I didn't get to the point though. Real quick.
Yeah.
The point is, Instagram deactivated her account.
Wow.
'Kay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, it is against the
Probably a
rules.
violation of terms and conditions, right?
I don't care, man.
Twitter doesn't care. Do these things on Twitter.
Or Twitter and
is
GoFundMe.
lawless.
You can do anything on Twitter.
anything on Twitter.
You literally can.
Anything.
It's just chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, she
It is
picked the
the
wrong
filth
platform.
of the internet
oh
is
my
on
God.
Twitter.
She picked the wrong platform. But man. Anyway.
So the interesting thing is she raised this money. The money went to her. She has to now appropriate it to the right charity.
Yep.
There's another one on Facebook going around that I saw has raised some 20 some odd $1 million now. Who the hell is that money going to? And how do we know it's going to?
Completely unchecked.
And this is
Let
my
me tell you-
problem
Yeah.
with unregulated GoFundMes that are just it's okay. Australia clearly needs the money and the resources and the efforts. Giving money to some, it is like I would feel compelled to donate, but I don't even know where. Like this girl could go get her butt lifted,
Yeah.
2 Chanel
Or she
bags,
could just be
and
good
it's
for
over.
a few years and go travel the world for $300,000.
No, she's getting a butt lift and some Chanel bags.
Trust me, that butt does not need to be lifted.
Oh, damn it, Pete. Pete, show
Just
us
kidding.
the
You go to
pic.
Twitter. It's right there.
Show us the pics. I
but
know
my
you
point
have 'em.
being is that one other person that raised 20 some odd million, which is even scarier, to let some random person. I went and clicked on it and it said that this will be given to the blah blah blah, and like, how do we know?
We don't. I just
True or
did a
false, though?
GoFundMe. No one checked on what we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You could
right.
check with UCLA.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
How'd you pay for this whole Yellowstone experience?
Yeah.
Clearly, you're not in the know because the member has the house, bro.
I know, but
Well, hey,
we don't know if they asked you to chip in.
we're not sure. You have been acting a little different lately. And those new shoes.
You could check with UCLA. Every dollar went there.
Let me just say this. Let me ask you this. Who has done more for humanity?
Okay.
The naked philanthropist
Okay.
or Greta Thunberg?
I mean, we know the naked philanthropist gave $300,000.
Do we know that?
Well, let's just say we
We don't
did.
know yet.
We don't know what
Let's say we
organization
do,
she
though.
even
For the sake
donated
of the
to.
exercise, let's say that she did.
For the sake of the exercise, assume that it went to an
Australian
organization
charity.
that's been vetted that is for this purpose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then I would go the naked philanthropist.
Interesting. Huh?
She should be on the cover of Time. Naked.
Yeah. Women of the Year.
Yeah.
Just saying. For $10, she would do
Yeah.
it.
Nobody likes Greta. Everyone likes the naked
Greta
philanthropist.
probably brought more awareness to climate change.
Yes.
But did
The
anything
Na-
happen?
The naked philanthropist is just
I
getting
didn't know
got-
anything was going on in Australia until the
Do you
naked
think Pete
philanthropist
cares
came
about the
around.
Australian wildfires when he was getting his news?
It doesn't matter. That's how you get the money out of Pete.
You
think
just
Pete
need the
ever would've
money. It
donated?
doesn't matter how you get the money. The average person living in wherever in Petersville doesn't know what's going on all over the world, but he'll give you $10 to see an ass.
Absolutely. You show him a couple nips for $10.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
By the way,
Anything
really-
for the kangaroos.
Yeah, exactly. And then he gets to say it's for the kangaroos and write off that $10.
Really, really off topic, but I wanted to bring it up. I totally forgot to write it down in today's topics. I got a DM from a lady that she was like, you guys really need to do a Kathy dating service. She's like, I have 6 successful young women that listen to the pod, and we can't be going out into the world and running into people like Pete.
She said that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think she said disgusting guys like Pete.
I don't even know this girl. How'd she even call me disgusting?
I mean, you did just say,
Yes, I'm disgusting.
yeah, that she doesn't need a butt lift, trust me. You said some disgusting shit just now.
Hey.
I think there's a universe where, because we have met a lot of our listeners over the last 2 years, and we see that they are intelligent, smart women, men. If there is a universe where we can connect these people,
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty amazing.
But how does that tie into...
Nothing. It just got into me when
Yeah,
Pete
talk
said
about
the
Pete.
disgusting thing.
Yes.
It triggered.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dating
this-
service.
I agree. But if nothing else, I think there's a world where we could sell people's nudes to raise money.
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying, I think that there's a weird chance that maybe Naked Philanthropist's choice.
It's an interesting business model.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe it did more. At the end of the day, all that matters is who did more.
Yeah.
Maybe she did more.
Yeah.
Maybe we took the wrong approach. Greta?
She definitely got a ton of press.
That's called pedophilia. Isn't she like 16?
I didn't tell her to go do that same approach.
This guy in the Disney
damn it.
character.
If Pete sent nudes, how much could you raise?
For $10?
Yeah. Not even 10.
$18.
I would probably send money for me to not send anything. Just don't. Just
What
take
if
the
it was
money.
like, if you send $10, if we can raise $3,000, Pete will not post a dick pic on the Instagram story.
Better hurry.
Okay, well, either way, Instagram is trying to stop philanthropy, and I just really want to give it up to Naked Philanthropists. I just think that, like, if more people that were gaining a following and stuff off of this meaningless stuff took this approach, I don't think we'd care so much.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
True.
Where's Kim Kardashian when you need her?
Yeah, she took some slack I think yesterday on Twitter, but all of it got deleted. I didn't get to catch what happened.
Think about the fact that you can easily Google Kim Kardashian naked and find it.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian sold custom nudes to raise money for the wildfires, $50 million.
Way more, and the fires would be out.
Yeah. Just saying. Okay. How about this? Did either of you watch the Golden Globes?
I watched on Twitter
Okay.
the monologue. Remember when we walked in?
Yep.
You were like, "What are you watching?"
That was
I
it.
like,
Not since then.
No, I watched the after party with E because Morgan was hosting it.
Yep.
How was the party?
I mean, it looked like they're having fun.
Yeah.
Boozing
Anand?
it up.
I watched the
Celebrities.
monologue on social media. Did not catch anything else. I did see that there was some memes with Tom Hanks. That was like
Oh,
as
yeah,
much
'cause
as
he
I
had a
got.
crazy face after
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais.
Yep. Okay. Well, that is exactly the problem because ratings are down 15%, it looks like, and at an 8-year low.
Yeah.
At what point? This is one thing I noticed because I watched the monologue too, and Ricky Gervais, number one, did an incredible job.
Yeah.
And he pretty much just made fun of it the whole time. And he
Yeah.
made fun of how long and boring it was. He made fun of the fact that nobody watches it. Like, at what point does anyone take a shot at an updated award show? I just don't understand how there's so many smart people. You get the biggest celebrities in the world to show up to this thing. You know that there's some value because the industry still values it.
They'll do it till it stops making money. Here's the thing: 14.76 million viewers. Last year was 18.6 million viewers. 14 million viewers at these advertising rates, which are probably all like record highs. Still makes money. Until it stops making money, then they'll make a change. But
isn't that like the same strategy as Macy's?
So yes, it is the same strategy.
Right.
And here's the thing: does the thing will be also is some 1917, the movie that won, that no one's heard of.
Yep.
That movie, if it, let's say for the next 3 weeks, becomes like this box office smash because of the Golden Globes, then everyone's going to say it still is impactful. whether people watched the show or not, the winning of that award created momentum for this huge blockbuster.
Yeah, I agree. I just I hate the argument of like, sure, we're making less and less money and we're getting less and less viewers year over year. Something is fundamentally not working, but we are still making money.
So here's where the challenge really lies. And I think it's our next topic, so we'll just jump into it. NFL is having record viewers, right? I remember talking about this time last year. NFL was down ratings. People are like, oh, the concussions, it's over, CTE, right? I was one of those people. I thought the same thing. I was like, man, maybe it's not just Colin Kaepernick. Maybe people are like, man, we just don't like these guys being warriors or whatever. Obviously, we love it.
Love it.
We love it.
Love brutality.
We love brutality. We love people getting concussions. We love all of that. Fast forward, we look at that sport. What did they do? The one fundamental thing they did, they kept politics out of it. They said, shut up and dribble. And they did not allow anyone to talk about politics. You're not hearing politics by the commentators. It's just not mentioned.
But I
Not
also think it's a
fucking
structural problem that the NFL doesn't have versus like the NBA, things like the Golden Globes and stuff, because there's so many ancillary things that gets people that aren't fanatics, like fantasy football and pick'em leagues, people that would never care about the NFL.
Sure.
Do these things. So I'll tell you a perfect example. You go to a sports bar that shows the NFL weeks 1 through 13. Okay? It's before the fantasy football playoffs. Weeks 14, 15, and 16 of the playoffs. Everyone's still in it. Sports bars are packed. You see a noticeable decline in people at sports bars when it's like the semis of a fantasy football league, because then it's only the people that actually care about football versus just the average person that was just in this fantasy league that doesn't care. I know so many people that stop watching football when their fantasy league team's out or they're out of their pick'em league.
So I agree with you. I agree with you. There is that fundamental issue.
And that's unique to the NFL and no other sport has.
Okay, so that's fine. I don't really participate in fantasy. I don't gamble. I don't do anything. I still watch the NFL,
You
right?
barely watch it.
Sure, but like that's not because I don't want to. If once my son's older and I feel comfortable putting the TV on, I'd probably still watch all the big games. I'll watch and I engage. The thing about the Golden Globes, forget. At the end of the day, there's nothing bigger than celebrities. It's bigger than anything in our world. People love celebrities. Left, right, middle, people love celebrities. The problem with the Golden Globes is if you're a conservative person, which we know half the country is, you don't not want to watch something where you're getting bashed for 2 hours about everything you believe in, right? Climate change. Though, for example, great for me, but all the menu for Golden Globe was completely plant-based vegan. People who are the conservative side were like, fuck this. What does that mean? What kind of message are you sending? You go on, Joaquin Phoenix is bashing on climate change, saying that we need to do better. People are talking about, women's rights. There's so many
I think that's an element of it, but I think the real structural problem with something like the Golden Globes, unless you're just a fanatic of movies and television shows and you really have like deep thoughts, which most people don't, they just watch it for entertainment, you can get all the... You just go on Instagram or social media, you know who won everything.
I know, but
you can do that on football too.
You can do that on football too. You don't need to watch it.
Football's an event that people
but
go
Golden
to
Globes
the
is a better
bars,
event.
get people together.
Why is that not working for the NBA?
Because there's too many games, too many meaningless games. Every week matters in the NFL. That's what's unique about the NFL.
I know.
You lose in week 3, that may mean you don't make the playoffs. You lose 10 games between December and January in the NBA, you're still in the playoffs.
That's another question. Did the NBA ratings go down and then back up?
No, they've been down year over year.
Well, I think NBA ratings are down because the Warriors, which was this amazing team.
Sorry. I meant NFL.
Yeah.
NFL
NFL's
ratings went down 2 years ago, and everyone thought it was Armageddon. And the last 2 years, they've gone up year over year.
Yeah.
Which is...
But that would stand on the politic.
It's politics.
Because when all that shit was happening, that means they were down and we were all...
I think it was all Kaepernick. It had nothing to do with concussions.
Yeah, of course.
It was in the middle of the country that said...
Yeah, but that's the politic thing.
Yeah, so my point being is,
but my
imagine
point is they didn't have the structural problem that the NBA has.
Yeah,
look, the NBA.
I think that
I'm
could
not
be
talking
true.
about the NBA.
That could be true
Golden
also, but I do
Globes
think there's an argument that what they did was people stopped watching, people got sick of it, and then they say, fuck it, the whole thing's out. The whole kneeling, the whole national anthem, we're not even going to air it. Do whatever the hell you want. And ratings are going back up. There's something to that.
I think it's unique to the product. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is if you eliminate all the political conversation of Golden Globes and all it is about fun, movies, television is bigger than ever. There's more money spent on content than the NFL is worth.
So, and the counter to that is that I don't think the average person gives a shit what the Golden Globes tells you what the best show is.
No, but here they would if they weren't being lectured about climate change and rights.
I think that's a part of it. I do not think the average viewer gives a shit what the Hollywood Foreign Press thinks about what they're watching at 7 p.m. when
But I
they
have
get
to make
home.
a judgment here as the mediator. I think you're both right. I don't think one person has to. Like, I think that like all of that is the reasons. I think the NFL kept letting all this Kaepernick kneeling, crazy politics stuff happening, I think there's a good chance their ratings would have kept going down.
Yep.
I do think fundamentally the fact that they have less games does help over the NBA. I think you're all right.
Yeah.
I think these are the pieces that have been put together to make the NFL be doing good, the NBA kind of in a weird spot, and the Golden Globes completely irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, it is very bad, I think, that when rich, famous, good-looking people are telling you that you need to change your life and vote for someone different and fix the climate, you're like, fuck off. And I don't even give a shit about Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all irrelevant.
Yeah, and that's because those people are watching the TV shows and movies still, because the viewership on these TV shows.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
50 million people watched Irishman. Everyone watched it.
That's
Like,
one thing I gained from my dad is my dad, just to be clear too, I don't know if I ever clarified this with the listeners, my dad didn't vote for Donald Trump. It's not a Republican, I don't even think. But even he told me over Thanksgiving, like, I don't want to hear these rich people tell me what I should be doing.
Yeah,
even if it's a football player, if it's an actor, if no matter who it is, I want to watch football to watch football. And even though I used to think that that complaint was really stupid, I don't necessarily totally feel that way anymore. And I understand people's right to, like, if you want to watch a football game, if you want to watch an awards show, you shouldn't have to be told that you're less than or stupid or making the
Yeah,
wrong
I think it's all the factors for sure that contribute to it.
I agree. All right, moving on. Let me ask you guys a question. You guys like sports? You like sports bars? You like bars in general? You like to go out and have fun with your friends?
Yeah.
There's a new trend popping up that I'm just wondering if maybe interests either of you. Sober bars.
No.
Zero interest.
Yes.
Anand?
No.
Okay. You guys
I don't
we can
even
all hang
like-
out, drink
here-
some apple juice, watch a game.
Here's the thing: is I actually don't like bars. I like going to restaurants. The concept of going to a bar is not appealing to me.
And with no alcohol, so it's worse of both.
Yeah, like worst case scenario. Like I'm not trying to go hang out at a bar and just have a. I rather. First of all, I can get whatever liquor I want at home and not have to talk to strangers is an amazing thing. This new concept is mind-blowing to me. There are now sober bars that are popping up for the recovering alcoholic scene.
Okay.
Are you down with it?
Personally, no. Is it good for them? Maybe.
I mean, I think it's...
I'd have to hear from a real recovering.
Here's the thing
like,
is
does this fill a void?
Yeah, so my feeling is I know people that are sober. They're able to go out to eat, to bars, to clubs, and not drink.
Yeah.
They're able to do it. I've seen them do it. And then there are people that say, you know what? I don't want the temptation. I don't want to be around that. And they choose not to be in those situations, right? Like,
It just feels to me like there's no place I'd rather drink more than a sober bar.
yeah,
Right? Like if you talk about temptation, it's like a bunch of sober people like, hey man, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
You want
Just
some of my
drinking
Coke?
coffee and Red Bull.
Yeah, just
Hyped
hopped
up
up on caffeine.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like that's the key to temptation. But none of us are, sober or recovering addicts or anything like that. I do respect I'd have to talk to one of them and understand if it really fills a void that they felt like they were left out of.
My opinion, if they open one of these and it works economically for whoever started it, good for you guys.
So let me tell you, it will not work economically because if you cannot sell liquor, restaurants don't work.
But you have like $14 Cokes?
$40 Cokes.
Yeah.
That's true. How many? 42 is $50
Like, the problem is the
Yeah, it's
markup.
when you
can't
drink a
even-
42 on the rocks, it's $50.
Yeah.
How do you make that up?
You
How
got to
many-
make some like cocktail, like a Sprite with orange juice.
CBD.
Shot.
You can't do
You
CBD.
can't do CBD.
No.
Fuck, that's rough.
Yeah, I just don't, economically, it seems really tough.
Yeah, unless you're charging $30 or like
A door entrance fee,
Yeah.
$100 to get in.
$100.
Go hang out
to
with
get
other
in.
sober people and
Rich
drink
sober people.
Pepsi. I don't know. All right. Well, listen, we're not equipped to talk about it. We'll find out from our friends. How about this? Do you guys remember that kid, that little, well,
Where are you going with this?
well, at first once again, this is something else that my opinion kind of changed on.
Yeah.
So the kid that appeared to be a little snot-nosed, bratty little bastard kid
Yeah.
in the Trump hat, Sandmann was his name,
Yeah.
and he was yelling and staring in the face of this Native American man.
Yeah.
It was all over TV, I guess close to a year ago now. Had to be, right?
It was probably a year ago, yeah.
Okay, so everyone probably remembers it. Kid was in a MAGA hat, staring down a Native American man. It seemed like the most disrespectful thing. It triggered a lot of people, I think, because it seemed like the epitome of the disrespect and the sort of white privilege and white everything about the Trump stuff. So it turns out the story was a little skewed. And it was so skewed that this kid and his family filed lawsuits against a lot of the big networks. And CNN in particular has apparently settled with him for defamation of character because of the way that they skewed the story and took it out of context. So, I mean, as much as I hated everything about that image at the time, CNN messed up.
I'm looking to get disparaged.
Yeah.
You should be a global embarrassment.
Yes. You know,
Yeah, I
Rich
think-
LB?
Yeah.
You could get disparaged. If you
And
put
I
on
could
a
play the
Trump
race
hat-
card.
If you put on a Trump hat and were like a crazy Indian Trump supporter,
Someone will say crazy.
go ruffle some feathers.
Like
You'll
Van
get-
Jones will say something crazy about me. I could sue CNN.
Yeah, you could sue Don Lemon for sure. He would definitely. Yeah. So anyway, so what happened? Do we have no idea how much this guy got?
So
obviously.
see, they were suing for $275 million. I love the MAGA supporters saying, "Oh my God, he's rich." He probably got like 500 grand. I mean, you're not paying.
He actually sued for 800 million across all the networks.
Yeah.
CNN was just 275.
So I mean, I don't know how much they settled for.
Is
but
he going to probably settle with multiples? Like, could he make $2
well,
million
now that
bucks?
CNN settled, the
I
rest
think
are gonna,
everyone's going to settle.
So he could stack up $2 million.
or it
Who
could
knows?
be each one giving him 50K.
Gosh, you should really go on. You should do a disparagement challenge.
Yeah,
If it pays $2 million to get
I
disparaged.
need people to say crazy shit about
I
me.
hate when settlements go undisclosed.
Yeah. But
'Cause
don't-
it doesn't-
Aren't settlements? Are settlements?
I guess some
universally?
are. No,
No.
some are, some aren't.
no,
It's
it
all
depends.
what you negotiate.
Negotiate. There's a lot of public settlements.
Okay,
I feel
well,
like
good
there
for
should be a
Sandmann.
rule where you have to disclose your settlement because now we don't know what's the repercussion of defaming someone. If CNN's like, we only have to pay 500K, but look how many viewers we got.
Yeah.
It was probably worth the trade-off.
Yeah, I'd be
you're right.
disparaging everyone.
I would pay to know Kaepernick's settlement dollar amount.
They say it's low.
I know. I want to know.
I mean, we don't know if it's 500K. Maybe it was 5 million for Sandman. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was
Wild.
close
I don't
to
think
200.
Sandman's getting 5 million.
So I just want to clarify. 500K is completely made up.
Yes.
I made it up.
No, that's great. Disparage. Sounds like you're disparaging someone. Be careful.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
If I can get to the point where I have to pay people because they disparage him, you know how fucking rich I am?
Listen, I gotta say, this kind of I think you should.
I'll
do
be
it.
disparaging everybody.
Yeah.
Disparaging Pete all day.
Yeah. I
Just
think
giving
that-
him money. Slapping him with money.
Yeah.
Disparage money.
Just hurl slurs for $1. Just put $1 in a hat every time you want to yell a slur at Pete.
Let's have a little tally machine and just click.
This kind of falls into the bucket though of like left mess ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like from what I heard about the story is like it was kind of taken out of context and these different things happened and it wasn't really as bad as it looked and whatever. But I mean, you got screwed. And like once again, when it comes to empowering the exact people that you're trying to take away from, you just gave them everything they could ever want. Now they
Yeah.
think this kid just made $200 million.
Yeah, MAGA's going to turn this into a huge win.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big win for.
Send the missiles.
They should let Sandman launch one.
Well, listen, until we get disparaged, all we got to live off of is these ads. So
Yeah.
let's put a couple in here. Okay. Next up, let's talk about the fact. Okay. So Disney, which is already massive. What's the market cap? $240 billion, you said?
I gotta
Right
double check.
now, the market cap is, give me 1 second,
Disney, here we go. It is-
262 billion.
Jesus. Okay. So massive, right? It's Disney, huge company. Just recently, they launched Disney Plus, their streaming service. They worked on it for a very long time. Finally rolled it out. Massive success. We heard all the numbers of all the subscriptions and all these different things. People are saying that Disney Plus alone should be valued at $100 billion after 2 months.
Yeah.
Which would then say that Disney Plus is, more than a third.
Sounds like SoftBank's behind this valuation.
Yeah. So, but what's going on? Like, does this mean Disney at $260 billion is like insanely undervalued?
That was my stock of the year, if you remember.
Was it?
From the winners.
Good for you.
But so Barclays, which is a financial institution, came out with a report that they value Disney Plus at 107 to 108 billion. The math hasn't been broken out publicly of how they get to it.
Based on the streamers, based on the trajectory.
It's my guess is they think that the growth. So what they say was like 10 million in the first week or something crazy, right? That Disney Plus had. 2 months in, you have no data on cohort retention. You have no data on if growth is sustaining at this rate. It's just a ridiculous claim.
Yeah.
It is a ridiculous claim, but that's what they're in the business to do because they're convincing people to park their money in different places. Look, when like SoftBank's entire business is based on ridiculous claims, right?
But at least it's private enterprises that are the people that
but
are.
Disney's not making this claim. An analyst has done their fucking cockamamie
It was
math.
on Hypebeast. Do you know how many retail Joes are going to go buy Disney stock?
It might be worth it. I mean,
I think Disney's a great company. It's going to be a great company for a long time.
Yeah.
So I just think it's asinine to ascribe a $107 to $108 billion to a Disney Plus, which has been around for 60 days.
I'll tell you, if Peloton's worth $9 billion, Disney Plus is worth $1 trillion.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
With that logic.
$9 billion, Peloton.
If you worked at Barclays,
Yeah.
I'd sign up
Yeah.
for the newsletter.
Thank you.
It's just
Yeah,
like one
I
of those
agree.
things that gets headlines and people do it,
I
and that's
agree.
why Barclays put out this report.
I agree.
Not to say Disney Plus not going to be a smashing success.
And guess what? If this person's right, in 5 years, they're like, I'm the one that predicted that Disney Plus is going to be worth $100 billion.
I think
and
this
he's
is what
a genius.
I think this is what I love about what I've learned and also what we share here on group chat is just the simple fact that when you read the headline, especially if you don't know, I mean, even if you know quite a bit, you read this headline and you think, oh my gosh, like, okay, then Disney Plus is worth $100 billion. That's fact.
And think about how many conversations are going on right now. They're like, man, did you hear Disney Plus is already worth $107 billion?
Yeah. But really smart people are saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there are really smart people that are like, gosh, it's worth $100 billion. But the fact that it's just made up, but also could be true, could be not. Who the fuck knows? This is all make-believe land.
Yeah, you're just supposed to say whatever you want, back it up the best you can.
I like it, man. That's why I love the fact that we have 100 billion downloads, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah. Try to verify that.
I dare ya. We can't even do it. Okay.
Barclays told us.
Okay. Here is a good question. We're talking about investments and valuations and all those different things. It looks like Beyond Meat is back. We're rallying.
Yeah.
So I know Danny dumped his stock a few months ago. It looks like maybe he might have made a big mistake. Because
Jump too soon, Dan.
because we took a dip and now we're surging. What's causing this one?
So, interesting enough, so CES is going on in Las Vegas.
Yep.
CES has come a long way, and it's become like the it show of the moment. And Impossible was at CES introducing a plant-based pork, which for a plant-based person like myself or vegetarian, it sounds kind of gross. Pork.
For a
I don't
meat
need to have
eater.
pork.
No, but the whole point of Impossible and Beyond is they're not targeting me and you.
That's fine. I'm talking about, this is my opinion. I don't give a fuck what Impossible is trying to do.
But you're
Hey,
making
calm
a statement about the company and their strategy.
Yes, and I'm saying it's disgusting.
But is it? It's not for you guys?
No, it's to
convert meat
not
eaters?
convert them to be vegans. It's to give meat eaters a meat alternative.
That's not the point of the
Yeah.
article.
Yeah,
The
but don't you
point-
think the early adopters are the vegetarians?
If you look, Impossible was the first to go to restaurants.
Yeah.
They went to all the high-end foodie restaurants, like David Chang's restaurant, and like a handful of places in San Francisco that were like heavy meat places, and said, "Hey, we have this too. Try it." And they
I
kept
would
pushing.
argue, though, as my expert analysis here at Barclays, that the actual early adopters are vegetarians who
you were traveling all over the country looking for it.
Yeah, you go every day to the counter to eat a frickin'
No,
patty.
but the goal of the company is not to You're not going to be worth $100 billion getting a bunch of vegetarians converted because there aren't that many.
Correct, but I think that what they don't realize is they're starting with the vegetarians and then converting.
So they've converted the meat eaters to at least try Impossible here and there.
Yeah, I tried it. It tastes like shit, and I went back to meat.
Okay, so that's my point.
Me and you can go have a burger together.
Yeah.
That's what's really happening.
Yeah. So anyways, they launched this pork thing, which just the sound of pork sounds gross to me.
The interesting thing about the pork thing, because I actually watched the video that Impossible put out that's marketing this thing. It was all Asian focused. All the meals they were showing where the pork would be substituted, it was like in dumplings and like buns and stuff. And I think that's their move into the Asian market.
Okay, great.
Eat it.
So guess what they were so
long America.
How about make bacon? Just make fucking bacon and call it bacon.
Here's the problem. While these idiots were out making pork, they lost the ability to do McDonald's, is what they're claiming, because their supply chain doesn't seem ready to take on the scale of McDonald's.
Impossible.
Impossible.
And
So
impossible.
It's
beyond
impossible
that-
or impossible?
It sounds like it's impossible for them to make McDonald's.
Man, imagine if I was Beyond,
Yeah.
I would literally go on a marketing campaign about how fulfilling orders is impossible
Yeah.
in their font.
Oh
You
my
could
God, it's genius.
Tank that whole company.
Yes, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's like I don't know what they're thinking that they thought pork was a better idea than getting McDonald's. Because guess what Chinese people eat? Fucking
Yeah,
McDonald's.
instead like no thanks on McDonald's. We're gonna focus on pork buns. God, let's really corner the dumpling market. Idiots.
And Beyond Meat stock fucking took off 12% today. Because then it's like
No, the problem is that's the assumption. Oh, Beyond just going to win it.
yeah. So
Yeah, fair.
I'm
Which might not true. It may not be true either.
Yeah, Nestle has they're the next viable competitor. It's not going to be like Gardein or any of those people.
Yeah,
It's
those-
going to be Beyond. Beyond's the most scaled up. Impossible does have a supply chain issue. In the restaurants they were servicing, when I would order it, it was hard to get for a period of time. But maybe they're so hyped up on pork.
No, but they do Burger King. I know Burger King's like a fraction of the footprint than McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's impressive they're able to supply Burger King.
That just shows you nobody eats at Burger King.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't take much. Why did they say?
I
Give
never
me
seen a
that
Burger
damn
King.
pork bun. I can't wait to try my pork
I
bun.
hope it sucks.
Yeah.
Did somebody ask them? Like, why would you even say that?
I think that's been a point of like interest from their probably larger investors. And the CEO said, "Hey, I don't think our supply chain's ready."
Yeah, because their
to handle it."
CEO is not Adam Newman. Despite being private, they wanted to be honest.
Yeah, but fuck that.
I know, but they chose to fight pork.
When you're
Maybe McDonald's. I mean, who knows what McDonald's requires from their suppliers, and they're like, this is just not realistic. And Burger King has lesser demands.
Obviously, they're just like, just ship us some shit. We don't care. We're just out here making memes on Twitter. We're not too concerned about food quality.
They did also announce they doubled down on Burger King. The croissant-wich Impossible Sausage launches January 13th.
Yeah, what do you have to make 60?
Yeah, if you can make 60 a quarter, you're fine. A croissant-wich, freaking.
By the way,
sausage.
croissant is my favorite breakfast sandwich.
Is it?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
But what do you get it with?
Egg and cheese.
Oh. Well, now you get to add some sausage. Isn't sausage pork?
Yeah, I'm not
No, I'm just saying. So they're doing pork.
sure.
So Beyond has pork too.
No, that's
impossible.
impossible. But I
They're
feel like
just repackaging the burger meat as
exactly,
a sausage
it's a
patty.
fake sausage. It's not like the pork
It's all a
dumpling.
joke. It's all a freaking joke. But what kind of a CEO says, like, imagine if Elon Musk came out and said, you know what, everything's been going good, a lot of demand. I don't think we're going to be able to fulfill all the need for these. What are you doing? Figure it out. Say you're
Especially
working
because your
on it.
name is impossible.
Yeah. I like.
Everything should be possible when your name's impossible.
While Beyond is going above and beyond.
Beyond.
Everything's impossible over there. At,
Some things are not possible.
I guess it's true, including fulfilling large orders.
You just want to start going off on a couple puns. Just continue.
Yeah. No, we have some good episode titles in here. Okay, next up, I want to talk about another food thing, including a very visionary food idea that we talked about a while ago.
Yeah, we did talk about this.
D, I feel like you kind of are off this lately, but like a year ago, you were like heavy on robots.
Yeah.
And one of the stories that we talked about was Zoom, which was a robot pizza company.
Yep.
So you'd go to these Zoom places and robots would make your pizza.
You love it.
Looks like things are a little tough.
Looks like it's a disaster.
It looks like robot pizza might not be ready for the mainstream.
I love the idea of robot pizza. I didn't love the idea that SoftBank gave him $375 million for one location.
Is SoftBank just...
They're the dumbest fucking group of people I've ever seen in my life. Every single... If you're Kathy and you work at a company backed by SoftBank, get on LinkedIn and start looking for a new job. Because you're about to get canned.
I mean, weren't they like the most coveted...
They gave $375 million. What is their thesis? People eat pizza. Robots should make pizza.
I wonder where the money went.
I feel like they're just throwing money.
What?
Where the $375 million went. So they laid off 80% of their staff.
Yeah.
This company's over.
Yeah.
So they had one location. Where did
I
they
think they
spend
had
the
two.
money?
They might have two.
Shouldn't they not even really have staff? Isn't that kind of the whole thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe the business is working.
So I had a friend who interviewed there for a pretty senior role.
Yeah.
Did he talk to a person? Or she talk to a person? Or was it a robot?
Talked to a person, talked to 5 to 10 people that were at the senior level of the company. He said not one person can explain what the company does.
They make pizza.
But they try to like package it as this
Because they
like,
don't know. The robots are doing it.
Yeah.
They're
They're like,
we have a factory of robots. They chose to make pizza.
Yeah, I mean, this SoftBank's a joke. I bet you if you took Pete and gave him the same amount of money, Pete would come out on top.
Are you kidding? If I would bet on Pete with $375 million.
Pete, it's with
Dude,
$375 million.
SoftBank really came onto the scene like 5 years ago, like in a big way. I'm sure they've been investing longer than that. Imagine if they just put it in Facebook, Google, Apple. They'd be the smartest investors of all time.
you know
$100 fucking billion.
You know who
They'd
has
probably have 200 billion.
You know who did that? Fucking Warren Buffett. Old ass motherfucker knew. He went and bought all that Apple stock.
It's probably
years.
like 300 billion
I mean,
between all those companies.
The amount of money Warren Buffett has made at Berkshire Hathaway on just Apple stock he's beaten everybody.
He was even slow on tech.
He was slow. He wasn't even believing in technology, and he quietly built up
he
one of the
probably
largest
just
positions.
bought the iPhone 4 years ago. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, like wow.
Yeah.
Let me call up Tim Apple and see what's going on with this thing.
And look at this. He's one of the largest shareholders in the world of Apple, and he's made so much money.
Yeah, it's...
And it just
there's been a couple like data pieces that have come out in the last week because obviously tech in a big way is taking a huge hit, and from the private enterprises they showed like if you just invested in Facebook, Apple, and Google,
you would have beaten most funds.
you would have beaten almost all VC funds.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was like a 25% IRR where most VCs are at like 12 to 13%.
And if you took any risk and you bought some of the high risk, high flyer Shopify Teslas, you would have crushed them.
Dude, I hope it's true because it's a cool ass story. There's an angel investor apparently named John Williams from Toronto that was in the
Sounds made
seed
up.
round. Yeah. Sounds made up, but I mean, you probably check
Two
the
first names?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
John Williams?
John Williams.
You can check the cap table. I'm sure you could double check this because of his stake. Apparently, he put like $300,000 to $500,000 in the seed round of Shopify at a $3 million valuation. It's worth $2 billion. He's never sold a dollar.
Wow.
John Williams. Both of you, one of you, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hope the story's true.
Gosh. Okay. Well, if not, it's a good thing to just keep going. A good rumor. No one's gonna check.
No.
So listen, guys. Listen, Kathy's. If you're out at dinner this weekend, maybe
Drop
one
John
of those
Williams
sober
name.
bars.
Yeah.
Drop John William. Okay. Let me tell you this. Good news for John William and everyone else who might have made some good personal income recently. The IRS personal income audits have dropped to the lowest level in decades.
Ooh.
Time to Wesley Snipes our way out of here. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you guys, this is the time to play some hanky-panky with your taxes.
There's some financial advice live from group chat.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly don't have the staff to audit people anymore.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, they've cut so much resources and just the spending that there's just not enough staff to keep up with the audits of past. I mean, even as simple as
John Phillips, sorry.
still two first names.
Still John Phillips, yeah.
I at least want to give you the story right if it's fake.
Yeah.
John Phillips.
Yeah, you're close. That's good, yeah.
But even so, there's a lot of other interesting things, like, for example, global entry.
Yep.
For those that don't know, if you travel abroad, you come back in America, there's a global entry line. You just scan your passport, fly through customs and immigration. But there's an interview process. So on renewals, there's such a backlog because of like government cuts and stuff that they are auto renewing people for 1 year until they can get to your interview. Like my mom was telling me, like she was supposed to, she applied for an interview like 6 months ago and finally it took me 1 year to get an interview.
I'm gonna see when mine
to get my
expires.
review, to get my renewal. 1 year to get my renewal interview. And like, there's just clearly they've made a lot of cuts in different areas. And the IRS being one of them, where they've clearly made some aggressive cuts, and it's like 0.5% or I gotta read this exactly right.
It was like 0.4.
Yeah, mine expires on December 4th this year.
Oh, so you should go get your renewal popping.
Yeah, I'll take that free year.
Yeah, and so it's just interesting that like this is public now, that they're clearly not auditing anywhere near they used to on personal income taxes. 0.45% of personal income taxes were audited in 2019, a decline from 0.59%. So and then in 2010 it was 1.1%. So it's gone down 60% in terms of the number of audits in the last 10 years. So if you make a lot of money,
Roll the dice.
yeah.
And if you know a really rich person who's doing some hanky-panky, the IRS pays a finder's fee if you turn them in and snitch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And now that we all just said we were going to play hanky panky, all of our listeners are going to give it a shot.
I play it by the books, guys.
Yeah, do not turn me in. Okay, well, listen, we'd like to keep you informed here on Group Chat, and do whatever you want with that information.
That's your information to use.
Yep. Okay, that's it. We have our final segment, our new Wednesday segment, which is called As Seen on Social.
Yeah.
And the goal here is all that we do is we pick one interesting thing that we saw anywhere on social media over the last week.
I had to pick two.
Okay, that's fine. And we just let everyone know about it.
Okay.
So, Dee, go ahead and go first.
My first one is Logan Paul and Antonio Brown
Yep.
are squaring up for a bout. I don't know what kicked this whole thing off. All I saw was, "You want to square up?" Logan Paul said by Antonio Brown, and Logan Paul went out and said, "I'm gonna drop you faster than the Patriots." That has now turned into a full fight where Antonio Brown said he's going to go and get trained by Floyd Mayweather and get this thing going.
Okay.
So that was the first thing.
I
Which
mean, there's no chance. I mean, Antonio Brown is such an elite level athlete.
He's an attention whore.
Also, but so is Logan Paul. So this is a
I would
match
pick
made in
Logan
heaven.
Paul.
You would?
I just think he's bigger.
Holy shit. Oddshark has odds.
What does it
Logan
say?
Paul, Antonio Brown. I know, Drama, you don't gamble a ton. I know D's familiar with gambling. What
Yeah.
do you think the odds are? Don't look. Logan Paul to win.
1-2.
Minus 2,000.
Oh, so he's a lock.
Antonio Brown's plus 1,000. To give this context,
What the?
if the Los Angeles Lakers were playing the worst team in the NBA, it would not be minus 2,000.
They'd be playing a high school team.
Yeah.
So I was right.
Really?
I'm telling you,
Antonio
Logan
Brown is like a real athlete.
I know, but the fighter is a fighter. Logan Paul's he's a scrapper.
We just saw he just trained for Antonio Brown has never thrown a punch.
But give him, first of all, I'm sure he has.
Not like this.
Not like this. This
Okay,
is
but
completely
give him-
different.
Give him 6 months.
Antonio
he
Brown's
is
a
an
tiny
athlete,
guy.
but like,
What
is
do
he
you
a
think the weight
boxer?
difference is?
It's the weight's about the same. I looked it up.
So how's he tiny?
6'2", but muscle, bro.
Did you see Logan?
Wait. So you're saying AB is shorter and stockier?
Yeah.
There's no way. My money's on Antonio Brown.
No, I'm going with Logan.
And I think
My
Antonio
money's
Brown
with
is
the gamblers and the
That
books.
shit crazy. I think that's an easy bet. I think better than not paying your taxes, bet on AB. Easier money.
I'm gonna give you my second one.
Okay.
As seen on social. So, a gentleman by the name of Jimber at Patriarchy Wins writes on Twitter, "We should invade Iran and take their bitches. Persian girls are hot as fuck without the headgear, and
Oh my
they
God.
know how to act right. Makes you think." Then, retweet by Aubrey Huff, an ex-professional baseball player who has 30, 40,000 followers. "Let's get a flight over and kidnap about 10 each. We can bring them back here as they fan us and feed us grapes, amongst other things."
Is he a white guy?
Yes.
What do you think?
Damn
He's
it,
not
man.
Persian.
Well,
So
I'm not-
Aubrey Huff, I think, played in the MLB for 13 years. any baseball fan, whether they followed his career, would have heard of the name. So it's not like this guy's like an obscure dude.
It is an aggressive retweet to comment on, first of all, and then leave that comment. It has gone completely batshit crazy on Twitter. And this guy is now getting inundated with so many messages. He's fighting everybody. The original tweet has been deleted by that guy because I think that guy was like, holy shit.
He's holding strong, Aubrey.
Aubrey's, yeah.
Not to be confused
Aubrey
with the
might be
other
getting
Aubrey.
a lot of support.
Aubrey's is getting a lot
A
of support.
white baseball player
Oh
might
yeah,
be getting a
he's
lot.
super MAGA. He's known for doing all this pro MAGA, trying to just say ridiculous things.
Okay, well, let me say this: if you're pro MAGA and like to be ridiculous, then he did exactly what he should do,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
If you say like, "Oh yeah, let's go steal their bitches and have them fan us and feed us grapes," America, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Right? Take off that stupid headgear, America.
So wherever Aubrey lives, you're saying they're cheering him on at the local bar.
Yeah. Love him.
I mean, you should go on his Twitter. This guy, so someone in Arabic DM'd him, and then he posts it and goes, "Come on, guys, if you're gonna private message me, no more Spanish, please."
Oh,
English people.
His people love it.
The only thing that would make this better is if Trump hosts him at the White House in the next week.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. It'd
That's
probably
not
be a
good.
great-
Trump's not going to host. This is the bad look for
Yeah,
Trump.
he's not that.
Even for Trump, this
Yeah.
is a bad look.
But I'm just telling you, for old like America, like
Speak freely, free of the poem and the brave, or whatever.
yeah, people love it.
So those are my two.
That's good.
They were too
Really
good. I couldn't resist.
That's really good. Anand,
So Elon Musk is in China,
love him.
unveiling some new models that are going to be available there, and he put on a dance show.
Dance show.
It's on our group chat Instagram,
Okay.
and he dances like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yes, worse.
Worse.
Gosh, why is he dancing?
Just like he's pumped.
He's doing that
Like
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And so
Is it like a super like white dude dance?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so bad. It's so bad. It's
we
scary.
posted on our Instagram, so everyone go check it out.
Those are two big L's for white people. I mean, is he? He's technically white, right?
Yeah.
Two big L's for white people. Between
And he
Aubrey
can't see
and-
us, but he did one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did walk like an Egyptian.
that was bad.
Yeah.
You got to know in the social media age, don't take those risks.
Yeah.
I think he loves it.
He doesn't care.
Oh, that's a viral hit.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, we posted it.
Okay. All right. Mine is simply another Iran meme. Mm-hmm. So D, if you haven't already posted this one, I would suggest it.
Okay.
It is. We posted it on our Instagram. It is a scene from The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And Kevin Hart's character is Iran. The other guy that was in the show is Trump. And then Steve Carell is the United States. And it just literally says, like, this is the depiction of the whatever, Iran-U.S. issue. And it's just perfect.
Yeah, it's
I
so
can't
good.
even explain it. Just go to our Instagram, group chat pod. Look, it's probably the best meme I've seen so far.
Of the World War III memes?
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's up there.
Yeah.
You take some dives, you can find some really funny stuff on the Twitter world.
Yeah,
But that one was pretty funny, but-
lawless with the World War III. Even for
Twitter
me
is
as a
lawless,
big
man.
World War III meme guy, there's some that I can't even post. They're
So,
just so.
so the way you basically have to dissect the country right now, you have hardcore Republicans that think this is the greatest thing of all time. You have
Yep.
the woke that thinks everyone's going to die. And then I think the vast majority is in the middle just memeing their face off.
just having a good laugh.
It is now people making memes about people making memes. They're like when all you meme creators find out that this shit's real.
Yep.
And it's
That
just
should
meme.
be a good indicator of what politicians should be targeting.
Yeah. I think a war in 2020 with the meme generation would be insane. Because you would get like clips. You would get viral clips. Same way you get a clip of like DaBaby beating up a club promoter that got him sent to jail. You'd get like a clip from the war that would go
Oh, yeah.
viral. Then there'd be a meme about this guy running.
There
through,
were people afraid of the draft 2 days ago.
And now, dude,
There would never be a draft again because wars are fought like it's the gamer. It's like who can control the
They should
dice.
draft FaZe Clan.
yeah.
I bet FaZe Rug could fuck up some drones.
Yeah. You should do a camo collection with him.
Too far. The drone collection. Gosh. Okay. Well, I wish I wouldn't have said that. Guys, we do not make light of the situation. I'm just saying that in the internet age, I think a war would be, because people are not gonna, like, if you think that people are gonna be like, oh shit, this shit's real, we should really stop with the memes.
Yeah. No.
You're mistaken.
People don't give a shit. Do you see what that guy wrote, Aubrey? He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
The internet gives 0 fucks.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Okay. That's all we got, guys. Happy Hump Day. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram to stay updated on all the World War III memes and beyond at Group Chat Pod. Hit up D on Twitter at D Murthy if you want even more World War III memes. Subscribe to our newsletter, group-chat.com. And if you have subscribed and haven't been getting emails, make sure you get us out of your spam. Am I missing anything, Pete?
It was interesting. We post this on YouTube, and a lot of people don't know that. But somebody told me it's a hidden gem that we have.
What?
So you can find these on YouTube, the entire episode.
Oh, yeah, we also
A lot of
posted it
people
on
don't know
YouTube.
Big hidden gem.
Thanks, Pete.
Big
Jim.
hidden gem.
The
He said it's
Headliner Music Club
some of the
office
greatest
watches
material.
us on YouTube.
They do?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Davin is a YouTube guy instead
Yeah.
of audio as well.
I think they just have it on in their office when they're working. And stuff.
And just in case you want to see our live responses, maybe you want to see Anand do the actual Elon Musk dance.
Or
There it
his
is.
oversized hat.
There it is.
There it
Or his
is.
stupid fucking oversized
Yeah, you
hat.
want to see if maybe he's tightened down his snaps on his hat yet? The answer is no. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We will see you on Friday, hopefully. Unclear.